Kia ora koutou. Today, I'm here to present to you how Burnice inflation Futa porn will fix three major issues of society. Number 1, food and water scarcity. Number 2, discrimination. And number 3, the economy. Now, you're probably thinking, what the actual fuck are you on, Te Weepy? Well, I did just take some of that Kaikohe meth, but that's been in the logo. Also, you're probably asking, a weepy crackpot theory? Are we back in 2023? Well, maybe, because I can't fucking read. However, you must hear me out on this one. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, I will convince you by the end of this video. So yeah, without further ado, let's get the fuck into this, huh?
3, 2, 1, fire!
Now, this isn't just a simple fix, but this rather is a butterfly effect that will create a utopia for our society. And this is where it will all start. A very basic part of economics is need and demand. A high need equals a high demand. People will be more likely to pay exorbitant prices for something, such as food, that they desperately need. However, how does one make a high demand for Burnice Futa inflation porn? Well, here's the answer for that. We will hire celebrities to push and market our product to the masses. In doing such, we will create an artificial inflation of the need within the market for Burnice Futa inflation porn. This will result in an incredibly high demand for our product. From here, we can slowly increase the prices until they reach an absolutely exorbitant amount of which is impossible to even fathom actually paying for if we did not do all this effort in advertising and marketing to the masses. Using this money, we can put our profits back into reinvesting into our product to continue advertising in our market every single day. We'll be able to turn this into a part of daily life for the masses. Pop-up ads online, flyers, schoolroom posters. Everywhere you go, you will be influenced to need Burnice Futa inflation porn in your life. From here, we will slowly include messaging in our ads, which will create a cultural shift in the market with the intention of ostracizing the people who are against Burnice Futa inflation porn. As such, this will both lead to a stronger connection with our customer base to our business, and will also create a societal-wide echo chamber for supporting Burnice inflation Futa porn. Now that we have the market under our fingertips like puppets, we will reduce the supply of Burnice and Futa inflation porn, and use those who do not support us as a scapegoat, blaming them for the sudden drop in supply of Burnice Futa inflation porn. As such, we can then systematically discriminate against them until they are either converted into our supporters, driven away from society, or even become victims to violence from our supporters. From here, there will be absolutely no resistance against us to lobby to the governments of the world until our business has every nation under its influence. Using this power, we can abuse public religious addiction to our product and create a church of Burnice inflation Futa porn, and slowly shift power from the government to our church, allowing us to have 100% fully legal now control over the world. From here, due to the fact that all investments are now going into our church, the relative demand for every other item, such as your daily necessities of food, will decrease, leading to an economy where everyone can afford what they need, and an indefinite flow of money around the world into local economies via the Burnice inflation Futa churches, investing back into their local communities to continue the societal dependency cycle on Burnice Futa inflation porn church. The next step in our equation is that from here, we can then shift societal discriminatory stigmas, such as classism, racism, and sexism, under the Futa Burnice Inflation Church. Yep, that's not wrong at all, and I'm keeping this in the script. Fuck.
I think I'm gonna kill myself soon. I think I'm gonna kill myself. I think I'm gonna kill myself. I'm going to kill
You. For under Futa Inflation Burnice White, we are all equal and work towards our new deity. This now leaves us with one last issue. How do we solve food and water scarcity? The church will provide for it all. Basic bitch answer, but true. However, there's an even more important factor that must be addressed in this situation, which will lead to a full, comprehensive enlightenment towards the church of Burnice White Futa Inflation porn. The awakening of Futa Inflation Burnice White into our mortal realm. That's right. This is what the church has been working for the entire time. Unleashing Futa Inflation Burnice White from her shackles on R34 and bringing her to the real world with us. As all of society is now equal, it will be much easier for us all to work together day and night to fulfill the ancient prophecy of the church.
May the whole world go into Futa Inflation Burnice White porn, and the saints will be freed from the pits of hell. Bracket, Rule 34, and bracket. As such, the whole world will gather for 6-7 days and nights, or no feet, and perform the ritual until she ascends into our reality.
As foretold in the prophecy, as she arises into our world, she will burst forth with her infinite supplies of her milk and cream. This milk and cream will spread all over the globe, an infinite source of regenerative growth and sustenance, turning even the most barren wastelands into fertile crop fields, changing undrinkable water into perfectly clean and beautiful tasting water for human consumption. As well as this, we will be able to drink directly from her milk and cream deposit machines, which will give us all our necessary vitamins, proteins, and minerals for a perfect, healthy human life. Within 1 week, the entirety of Earth will be able to share in Inflation Futa Burnice White's milk and cream, leading to an end in food scarcity and water scarcity, creating our perfect utopia. Now this is how we will solve food and water scarcity, discrimination, and the economy. Thank you for listening, and I really like Burnice White, especially Futa Inflation Burnice White porn. Thank you for listening. Te Weepy